Boys, we have our Amy Rose. Amy Rose has been officially cast for Sonic 4. So, uh, I, it's finally here. Kristen Bell is gonna be Amy Rose. This comes from the Hollywood Reporter. The industry shills that they are, they would have this scoop, so they got it. Jeff Fowler is back as director. Right here, Kristen Bell has closed the deal to voice the character in Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Bell now joins the series along with stars like Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba, and Keanu Reeves. I mean, we've also got, Jim Carrey, James Marsden, this is shaping up to be really good. I gotta be honest, guys. I gotta be honest. I don't mind this casting at all. We have it on Discussing Film here. They now have it. Kristen Bell has been cast as Amy Rose in Sonic 4. If you don't know who Kristen Bell is, she's just... If you want to get a glimpse of what her voice would be, it's Anna from Frozen. That's literally who's voicing Amy Rose. Anna from Frozen is voicing Amy Rose, and I think that's perfect. I think that's actually perfect for Amy Rose, especially if we're gonna go... I mean, just as a voice as a whole, I think it's perfect. I think that's a great voice for Amy Rose, especially with how she looks here. I think it's gonna be great. If we lean into the more romance element with Amy and Sonic, I think that's even better. Ben Schwartz has a tweet. Says, "We have our Amy Rose, and I could not be more excited. Please welcome the incredible Kristen Bell to the Sonic movie family." And there's them with the little Funko Sonic, little Funko Amy. Oh, and then there's the Sonic Movie Twitter account. Welcome to the family. There's Jeff Fowler there. That's awesome, dude. Oh, look, there's Fidel. He'll make a video. He'll make a 20-minute video off of this, because that's what Fidel does. But there we go. Amy Rose has been cast. This is real quick, just kind of news thing. I love this. I think this is great casting. I know a lot of people had other people in mind. Some people had Anna Kendrick in mind. I think she would have been good as Amy, definitely. Some people wanted Kimiko Glenn. I don't think Kimiko Glenn would have been sadly big enough for a movie like this. Kimiko Glenn as the game Amy Rose. Now we're talking. But I sadly don't think Kimiko Glenn would have been big enough for this. And they kind of want more established Hollywood names for it. Except for Tails, they let Colleen play Tails, which is the right move to make, actually. But I mean, we got a stacked cast now. Ben Schwartz is Sonic. Idris Elba as Knuckles, Keanu Reeves as Shadow. We had Jim Carrey as Eggman. He may or may not come back. And now we got Kristen Bell as Amy Rose. This is stacked. I'm looking forward to this. We still have no movie details on Sonic Movie 4. We're all just assuming it's going to be a mishmash of Sonic CD and Sonic Heroes. Metal Sonic, that'll be interesting. If Metal Sonic speaks, is it just going to be Ben Schwartz? It should be, because Metal Sonic's voice, if he has a voice, should just be Sonic. But, a more lower-pitched, menacing voice of Sonic is what it should be. But that'll be interesting to see how they go with that. I believe filming locations for Sonic Movie 4 have also been shown, so we kind of know where they're gonna film some stuff. Yeah, here we go. See, if you go to IMDb Sonic 4 filming and production, it shows where they're filming. So they're filming in New York, Los Angeles, and Vancouver. They're filming. Hey, look at that! Look at that. So they're filming. This is where they're gonna be filming. I don't know why they got New York City here twice. It's right there. Okay. But they're filming in these three places. These three places are where most people film. Be honest. That's where most people film. Anyway, Los Angeles, it's California, right? So of course they do that. New York City, yeah, that makes sense. And Vancouver is where a lot of TV shows are filmed. Anyway, a lot of the CW shows, like Arrowverse. You guys remember the Arrowverse? A lot of their shows were shot here in Vancouver. So yeah, and also was Once Upon a Time. If you guys remember Once Upon a Time, that was filmed in Steveston. And I've been to the town multiple times that they filmed Once Upon a Time in. So there we go. But yeah, so we have filming locations as well of where they're gonna film. But there we go. We have no filming dates. We don't know when they start filming. They should probably start filming soon, I would imagine. But the Sonic movie franchise series seems to be going in full swing, man. We got this. We got a movie. So we have this movie next year in 2027. Then we have another movie in 2028, which is probably the Shadow the Hedgehog movie. I know that Paramount and Sega are now working more closely for brand synergy. We already saw that with Shadow Gens, where like they did the Year of Shadow to hype up the fact that Shadow was going to be in movie 3, right? And then freaking made a whole game for him, right? Like we're gonna get stuff like more like that with Sega and Paramount kind of working together to make like a cohesive thing for the brand, which is that can only be a good thing. Like I think we all have like imagined in our head that next year the campaign will be about Amy Rose, probably. Amy Rose and Metal is what I think a lot of people said, but I would just prefer Amy because she's as much as you don't want to hear it, and as much as you may be a fan of Metal Sonic, let's be honest. In terms of hierarchy, Amy's higher up on the totem pole than Metal is, as much as you love Metal Sonic. But I do have a feeling that next year the campaign will have something to do with Amy. Maybe she'll get her own full campaign. Maybe. I would not be fully against that. But they might do something where it's just a generic, like a broad campaign name, but they kind of do more focused stuff on Amy. That's what I think they might do. But anyway, this is great news. Kristen Bell, I think she's going to sound great as Amy Rose. So yeah, I have no complaints about this. I think this is really good casting. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, and I will see you guys all next time.